before you went and you wanted to make a point, you immersed yourself in the culture of the company. You immersed yourself in like what it meant, what this restaurant means, what that restaurant means, what Chugs meant, what the overall vision of the company as a whole meant. You know, it wasn't just about you. It wasn't just about like what cocktail does Tom want to make today? And I'm sure like you have those days that I wake up and I'm like, I really have this idea and I would love to do this idea. Like the other day, I just wanted to make a fucking sandwich and I made a fucking sandwich. Mm-hmm. It was all these things and it was like back and forth and I couldn't fucking sleep just thinking about it.
Right.
What is this?
Just try it.
Okay, just try it. Got it. Oh, this is the Yucca thing? Fuck me up. Relax.
Fuck me up, relax is the feedback.
That was the biggest difference, right? The biggest difference was there was no ego involved.
Right.
And listen, with Tom Lasher-Walker comes a lot of things, right? We've gotten to know each other very well over the last year and a half.
Right.
You're a lot, but what you are is that you're studied, you're well thought out. You think about the space, what the space wants, what it needs, what the kind of clientele has, like what are their wants, what are their needs. That was the biggest difference.
Right.
And for me, in the search of this like beverage director within Miami's like whatever it had to offer, I had a hard time because like as a company, and I say it all the time, it's like not about me.
Right.
It's not about you. It's not about Manny. It's not about Oz. It's not about anybody. It's about the whole thing. What are we trying to do? Really like understand each concept. Take each concept, like take it as far as you can, and then really share that experience with the guest. Mm-hmm. So that understanding of not making it a personal thing, not making it an ego thing, was where I think with mixologists in general, right. I was lost, right? There's very few bars that I can go to now that it's not about like the person behind the bar. You know, like I think the dudes at Jaguar Sun do a great job.
Yeah, agreed.
They understand their space. Mm-hmm. They understand the cocktails that they're doing. They understand the kind of clientele that they have, the service that they're providing, the food that they're doing. Like they understand it all and they're doing a very great job at all those things. But that's few and far between. Mm-hmm. You know, like those kind of people you don't find very often. And that's why I think that entire like that journey, and that's why like I threw up a white flag and I was like, fuck this. I'm like, we're going to serve fucking old fashions and Negronis and we're just going to call it a day. That's why I was at that point, because it's hard to take a person and say you're going to do this job that it's like executing cocktails, but you need to remove yourself from it.
Right.
Make it about the concept. Make it about the space. Make it about the people that are going to dine there. Not about yourself.
Right.
And just like to speak further in the fact, in the culture that we live in today as a society, everything is about like smoke and mirrors, like how many likes do I get? How many people are watching this thing that I'm doing? This new cocktail that there's dry ice and there's a bunch of stuff and I'm going to shake or whatever over it. Same thing with fucking food, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about smoke and mirrors. But is what's on the plate or is what's in the glass? Mm-hmm. Is there meaning behind it? Is there a story behind it? Because to me, the story is really, it's really what matters.
Right.
You know, like people ask me all the time, like, you know, what is Ariete? I'm like, let's just talk about the foie dish.
Okay.
Let's just talk about that. Where that story came from. Let's talk about like the short rib and how I was sitting on a porch with my former sous chef till 6 a.m. talking about this dish that has been our highest selling dish since day one. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. You know, like there's a story behind it. To me, that is the real context and like the texture of like what makes it special. It's not the fact that it's wrapped in gold and that there's like dry ice around it and all this shit, which is like everything that which is all the bad parts of the city in general. So from the cocktail side, it's so much easier to lose sight of like what matters, right? Because you're just getting people banged up.
Right.
You're getting banged up. They're 3 drinks in. They're out. They don't even fucking remember, right?
Right.
Giving them a story and giving them texture behind that, and then removing yourself from it, to me was the hardest part.